No, I gotta say, I appreciate the violin in this intro. So it's interesting. They had some violin in there. They got some harpsichord. It's nice. Anywho, let's go ahead and continue on here. See what we're looking at. So yeah, hopefully everyone's having a good apocalypse. Man, oh man, is it getting way more intense than I expected. So yeah, apparently we're gonna be at this for a while. So yeah, welcome to what is apparently our current world state for a decent bit of the future. Hopefully that ends up improving. Now, did I have any? Yeah, he's got a counterattack. Um, I think we're probably going to pick up Thorns here just to kind of get this up here, because I want to get Life Font on him. Given how injured he is, it's probably pretty good to give him some good regen moves going on. Has a chance of inflicting charm, but what is... Oh, I guess that's with every attack there? Refreshes all debuffs, and then restores a random amount of HP. Huh. I like the idea of this one, because we don't really have any access to charm just yet. Oh, I see. Okay, it's not a passive. Okay, I completely misunderstood that one. I thought it was like a passive, just permanent buff. Yeah, and I think we'll go and switch their name out in just a minute here, which I've been meaning to do for ages, and then I just keep forgetting. Alright, see, Nightwise... I feel like Berserk's probably the more useful of all these here. Because I want to pick up Life Font on as many as I can. Because that mess is good. It's really good. It's actually way better than I expected, because it actually just scales up move distance. So basically what I'm thinking is we get some crazy high mobility class, we get some Thief for all that. And or probably, I'm sure there'll be some ninjas or something later, and then just give them, you know, movement HP up. Just have them run all over the place. Get the lead out and all that. And follow up with a regular attack. This seems really strong for what he is. Ow. Child. Child, why'd you do that? Yeah? Well, I mean, you got your snacks and things. What's up? You don't know? Alright, so she's almost mastered there. 2 to go. I appreciate that they have the little counter for how many skills they've got to go still. It's nice little stuff there. Flank, or Thorns, I'm probably not going to do that. Yeah, I kind of wonder what Thorns scales off of. Ooh. Oh my. Yeah, that's pretty friggin' handy right there. Immune to injuries, poison, bleed, and weaken. Oh, dang. Dang. Plague Doctor's good. Alright, gotta remember to keep that in mind. Yeah, Counter Thorns here seems like a good little cheap option if you're trying to just get up the tree for knights. Oh, hang on one sec. Okie dokie. And back. Learn per strict, sure, why not? I think it's night stuff. We'll just go ahead and give him defend. I guess defensive hit would be the cheap option there, but yeah, we're just going to give him a couple things. Like I said, we seem to be multi-classing all over the place at this point, whether we want to or not. But with cash on hand, I think we need to go pick up some more people. So need to pick up another mainstay, I think, here that's been around for a lot of these runs, and especially considering that the XDiv run hasn't gotten a lot of love lately. We'll just go ahead and get Dagar in here. I think we can make him. Okay. So, side little note here. I wonder this red triangle thing that white mages always get in like FF games and whatever else. I wonder if it's actually a cultural thing somewhere that I'm unfamiliar with. Because you'd think they would have gotten into legal trouble with that collar right there. Maybe they're not that serious about it. Who knows? Alright, so now we just need dude guy with a helmet. Actually, I think we'll go with this. There we go. Gadgeteer? Yeah, that sounds about right. Go ahead and make him best class we can for the time, or highest level we can for the moment. Okay, first of all, outfit. He's gotta have the uniform. See, do we have anything that looks like Predator, or maybe some Jackal or something? I mean, I guess that. I could, like, if there was a medieval Xenonauts or XCOM, I could kind of imagine it looking like that. What do we want to go with here? Maybe we'll go with this one. I mean, that looks more like an XCOM 2 kind of look. Maybe we'll go with this one. A little bit more formal. Headwear, we gotta have the helmet. Now, where am helmet? Alright, see if we can make this a bit more official looking. Do we got a light blue? Why is light blue so hard to come by in this game? Maybe we'll just go for the dark purple there. Nah, we gotta have that. At least gotta have the blue gloves or something. Though the gloves don't really work for this. Yeah, we gotta. Gotta find something different. Yeah, I think this one really looks the closest, just because it's got all those little panels and pockets and things. Seems a bit closer. And of course, Xenonauts, everyone's got to be all clean-shaven. Skin tone... Oh, we can make him green. I think that one looks pretty cool. Alright, we'll go with that, and then... Is there a better looking version of this? I guess it kind of looks like the wolf suit, so we'll go ahead and go for that one then. So yeah, that looks good enough, I think. That'll do. That'll do. Go ahead and finish off that one. And also we need a new caster, so I'm thinking... Hang on, let me take a quick peek at what we got going on here. Thinking like one of the Farana sisters. You know what? That could pass for Sistina, sure. Give me that Wizard Lincoln. Actually, let's go Alchemistic. There we go. Go for level 7. Give him a little bit more leeway to work with. Equipment-wise. There we go. Get the kind of siren-looking situation. Actually, I appreciate that they have this in here. I don't know if it's meant to be a reference or not, but it looks a hell of a lot like the siren from TO. Let's see, color, gotta make him yellow, or at least orangish, whatever we got available. There we go, we got yellow. I think we'll eventually just burn through the entire roster with how fast we've been burning through characters. Alright. Alright, probably just give him... yeah, let's get some aviator shades on there. I'm not sure if eye color would matter here. And then hairstyle... I think that's about right, and then we just need... yeah, that looks about right. There we go. Although, funnily enough, the coloring on this thing, combined with everything else, kind of makes it look like their thing has no, like, just has a big old butt gap. Well, that's weird. Anyway, let's hope that doesn't cause any issues, and yeah, there we go. Let's finish that up. Alright, so we got a new caster, and we got a new gadgeteer, whatever they do. Oh, Mr. Man, why are you trying to vacuum a window? How does that work? Yeah, I know, that doesn't work at all, does it? Whoosh, there we go. There it goes. Alright. So presumably these guys would already have everything that I could have for them equipped. Interesting. Apparently she can crossbow. Not going to complain about that. Yeah, I would like to pick up Health Expert on him, but for now we'll wait. Actually, now that I think about it, it probably makes more sense to spend, to splurge a little bit on the more expensive skills here if they're available. Because if I recall correctly, the rule used to be, for FFT, like whatever thing unlocked it, that's the amount that bled over to the final class that they went with. Not sure. Let's see. Gadgets. Oh, those are the gadgets I've been making up to this point. Oh, that makes a lot more sense. Let's see, mostly doing work another window, but I thought I'd say hello. How's Project Holy Wolf going? Ever find a shirt cloth to interfere with my robot werewolf farms? No, but you are currently hanging on by a thread. Yeah, so far he's taken a lot of punishment. I'll say that much. I'll do work draft here. Yeah, we've gotten some new recruits since last time. We got Sistina here. We got Dagar coming in from the Xenonauts run. We got some story character guy here. She's back. Let's see. Evan's already dead. You are at 4 out of 5 injuries at the moment. So that could be going better. Actually, I meant to rename Crazy Eyes to Ariel, because that's who she's supposed to be. Or how she kind of wound up being. Ah! Child. What have we talked about swinging a vacuum at the TV? No. Over here. Come on. There you go. Although Mr. Man here says Project Wolf is going really well. Here's my stuffed dog. My little leader dog pup. Yeah? Is that your dog? Is that your dog? Yeah? Dog? It's not Ucky, it's dog. You were just saying a random thing Sissy said, didn't you? Alright. But anyway, yeah, hopefully your apocalypse is going pretty alright. See, that child's got to be 2 or almost 2. You are correct, sir. Alright, what kind of new stuff can we learn with her? I have no idea what the Alchemistic does, so we'll just go through the tree here for the time being. Yeah, Thorn seems like a pretty standard thing for advanced classes. Yeah, Blessed One definitely seems handy to have. Alright, so what's the Alchemistic's deal? So Mass Shield, Mass Aegis, that's what Evan had before he, well, kind of died. Mass Barrier, Mass Renew, that'll be really good. Haste, side effects. Using ability regular attack will successfully also apply a buff. Oh, well. Oh, to successfully apply a buff also restores 0.3 HP to the target. And also a debuff that deals... Interesting. Okay, so it's... Okay, so a little extra heals and damages. Alright, haste, resistance, expert. Yeah, this should be interesting. I've heard that this is apparently really OP. I'm not sure, I'm not sure if I'm misremembering, but I vaguely recall somebody mentioning something like that. Alright, so for here, we'll do the usual of setting up Warcraft, because it's got Forceful Strike on there. And there we go. Alright, that's looking about good. Unless he's got any counters. No, Matsuno doesn't have any counters yet. So yeah, we've got a few that are doing okay. Now, again, there has to be some... There's some criteria under which all injuries are getting restored, and I'm sure I'm missing something in the tutorial or something else. Because I know for a fact Felicia's been knocked out before. I know Smelter Blue's been knocked out before. I mean, he was KO'd in his first fight. So, something's causing him to recover. But I'm not sure what it is. It might be, like, becoming an MVP or something like that, maybe? No, but none of them have gotten that. I don't know. Anyway, next door... Oh, wait, no, wait. I should probably equip the units I just got. See, back to Sam Griffin editing. Those seals will fail well. Hope so, too, and hope you're down to under 40 revisions at this point. I hope all's going well there. And as nice it would be to have some of these other things, we're just gonna go with a sledge for him. Alright. And now we save again. I know I'm saving way too often, but I just want to make sure that we don't have to go back and redo it if we're redoing it. We will see. Alright, so this just seems like a random monster fight. I'm okay with this. Found a bandit cow. They make a living supplying other bandits and running very shady deals, so it's best to take them down. You'll occasionally run into them during patrols. If you manage to defeat them, they'll also drop precious components, but they will try to flee. Okay, so they're a crystal lizard. Gotcha. Well, Vale, I hope you're feeling like chasing after that. Gambler for sure here. I feel like we need Aerosol here for that range damage. Matsuno for the same reason. Wait a minute. Does he not have gear? No, he's got a heavy crossbow. I guess it just doesn't show right now. Yeah, Felicia for those heals, and then... I really want to try out my Gadgeteer here. Although, we do have a Necromancer guy. We also have Diebold. Alright, actually no, we'll go Anadine here. Because she is the Wizardlington, and we need to get more of those going. Okay, do the random damage card here. Thing's pretty good. Okay, automatic Fleetfoot. I think we can use Aerosol to bind here if all goes well. Yeah, man, these dragons are kind of a joke after that last fight. Alright, Rooting Shot. 75% chance to stick him in place. There we go. Now this makes me wonder if he's... Ooh. I see. Yeah, I gotta say, Gambler's probably one of my favorite classes right now. If only because of the fact that they can start off immediately with 2 turns. Alright, just barely shy. And then, yeah, she should be able to finish him off. By the way, how's sound? Can anyone tell me? Stuck in this fight? Well, we're about to get unstuck on it. Bolt Brand and Shellac Powder. Okay, that's snazzy. Get some friggin' lightning sword out of it. Also, hello, Mr. Evan. How's it going? Sounds okay. Sounds good, no pun intended. Or is it? I don't know. It's unclear, but yeah, I figured with these kind of we swear they're not flans, should be pretty alright. They're legally not flans. So yeah, how's everyone's apocalypse? Since apparently a good chunk of the world is quarantined at this point. Kaboom. That's a really cool ability. It's basically swap spots and attack from the back. Crouch. Right. Oh yeah? What's up, Mr. Man? How are those big excites going? Whoa, hi. Roar. There we go, Mr. Mans. Yeah? What you doing? Nah, you don't get to crawl on the desk, but tell you what. I'm assuming this is what you're going for? Yes, sir. There you go. We, interestingly enough, recently had, sorry, get a little bit distracted there. So, sister-in-law, heads up a Girl Scout troop or something like that. So recently, since everyone's work situation's been kind of bizarre, it's just been a mass sale of Girl Scout cookies everywhere. No, I think Crazy, or not Crazy Eyes anymore. I think Ariel just died. But yeah, we need them back. Okay, yeah, they can't be reached. But yeah, even in medical offices and things like that, for some reason people are panic buying Girl Scout cookies. Not sure if they think society's ending as a whole or something, but yeah. Let's see. Apocalypse is not all it's cracked up to be. We're all the mutants and zombies. I could swear that would be most of the people that came to my work yesterday. Because quite frankly, most of the folks with sense are staying home. And there's like, hell, they have people there for several hours, for like a 6-hour shift or whatever else. And it feels like the only people that showed up are people that either somehow completely didn't know about the whole situation, or were so stoned out of their mind that they were only there for Doritos and trying to return stuff from a warranty from years ago. Like, it's, yeah. By the way, the thing playing in the background isn't coming through, is it? Suddenly, my daughter turned her show up really loud, so I'm not sure if that's coming through. If you're hearing anything about Disney, that'd be why. So you mentioned last night in another stream, it's odd that any stream you watch, any chat you're in, no matter where in the world, we're all pretty much dealing with the same thing, which is a pretty odd feeling for a scenario this serious. Right? It's surreal. Can't hear the background stuff? Good. Good. That's the way it's meant to be. Alright, we can go for multi-shot here. But yeah, it's such a weird situation right now. I'm sorry, that's not multi-shot. That's friggin' Rambo arrows. Oof, and a terrible idea against the wolves, apparently. Because the wolves are rather thorny. Disease and Panic always does bring us together. Yep. Yep. Alright, come on, 75% chance of getting freaky with a weird dragon. Okay, there we go. Done deal. Yeah, I think Ariel is seriously one of my favorite characters right now. Alright, Mitsuna, you're gonna have to save Mr. Vale before he dies up here. Thankfully our heals just got leveled up in the last fight, so basically got full heals at this point. We got a dragon on our side. Doing all them big hurts on the wolves. Okay, Charm does still go away from being hit. Alright, go incinerate some doggos. Excellent. Okay, there we go. Got some boot fruit, so we can make those fancy jumpers now. We can make the 4 jump tile boots as long as we make it out of this fight. Alright, gonna need a heal on Mr. Matsuno. There we are. I think we're pretty close to getting this under control. Not too much we can do about that guy, but... Alright, gonna take a little bit of a risky move here. Go Chant. Just because it'll hit all of them. Alright, that wasn't as bad as I expected. They're going after them. Yeah, he's pretty close to dead. If he gets knocked out, he's alright. I mean, he's still pretty low on his injuries. I keep forgetting that I should be making use of her crazy high crit rate. Let's go for that. Simple enough, one less to deal with. She's in kind of a dangerous spot, but that sets up a AoE heal. Alright, and she's got regen going on, good. Okay, hang on a sec. But yeah, so what kind of horror stories have you guys come up with as far as all of this stuff goes? So, because okay, so yesterday I think there was somebody that kind of took the cake, as like, at least on my end here, because okay, so I'm over at work. I don't, God only knows why the store is even still open right now, but yeah, like they literally sell everything online, so there's no reason to even be open at this point. But yeah, so this guy is higher than the moon. Like we're talking, he does not even slightly care, just like hacking up along in the parking lot, like spitting, whatever else. I don't know why he felt the need to spit, but whatever. And then he just he starts acting as if, you know, I'm there begrudgingly at the job or whatever else, and it's like, okay, you know, I'm not really sure why exactly he's suddenly going on about how terrible my job is or whatever else. It's like, standard friggin' retail stuff. It's not like it's anything unusual. Like, it would be nice to not have you coughing in my face right now. Anyway, at this point, he starts going on about just all kinds of random stuff, but he keeps stepping closer with every new intensity added to the story, and just keeps stepping closer and stepping closer and stepping. And I'm basically taking out the trash outside, trying to do all the trash cans there, taking everything, you know, to the dumpster and all that, and he just will not stop advancing the entire time. So, like, by this point, he's followed me completely around a corner, and so. Yeah, they just keep going and going and going and going. Like, sir, do you not take a hint? Like, stop friggin' following me here. This is really getting to the point that I'm wondering if something's gonna happen here, you know? So yeah, ultimately, some random guy just goes around the corner. He realizes that he was there to go inside the store this whole time. And so yeah, he passes off this joint he was smoking to somebody else, who then goes on their happy way. So like, there we go, we already got transmission right there. So I'm fairly certain in most of these cases it's going to be somebody that's in most of these cases it's going to be somebody that's really just got, you know, smoker's lung from all this. Because like I said, we're talking, they're very, very extremely high at the time. But man, that was less than ideal. Also, speaking of less than ideal, about to get screwed right here. But anyway, that could have been better, is the main takeaway from that story. Alright. I know that there's other stuff that could be done here. What I'm gonna do is throw a rock at this guy, because that should do a guaranteed 40. There we go. And then Dragon's gonna go for... yeah, that, unfortunately. Actually, that's not the attack I thought he was gonna go for. Perfect, actually. Can you collect pelt on this? No. Alright, whatever, just use the second one there. Another guaranteed 40. These things seem like a pretty solid counter in these situations. If you could not, that'd be great, but oh well. Alright. Whoa, hi! Yeah? Is that a doggy? I'm surprised you recognize that, actually. What's up? Alright, that's less than ideal. Alright, if he crits this might be a one-shot. Yeah, I gotta say, pretty nasty team composition they got here. Ooh. Okay, I missed that I had Revive too, right. Alright, in that case, Vale's gonna have to hold the line for the time being, because we can still pull this back. Alright, Andine's gonna be the most tanky. I'm gonna respawn her right over here. I think Felicia's probably gonna wind up being our strongest character here. Boom! Yeah, that's fine. Should have one more heal for him. And he's more or less just gotta keep everything together here for the time being. Just keep facing to the side, that's fine. I think we're gonna have to make more use of some of these debuff abilities. Because direct fights are definitely more of a problem. For now, Doggo's the biggest concern, so we do that. Then we take a nice long walk with our mage here. See about doing another revive 2, if possible. Revive 1 works just as well. Throw Aerosol back in the fight. The amount of healing is brutal. Oh yeah. Ah, this annoying little plant in the way. I don't know if her crit rate applies to this, but I need to lock that guy in place. Yeah, there we go. He's stuck. Caster's a problem. Might still take her out. No, they're just gonna go for that. And hit their own guy. Not gonna complain about that. He can actually take out this one. Yep. But yeah, I like this. I like that it's just kind of on a knife's edge here. Because yeah, it really forces some of these lesser, or previously lesser used abilities to shine. Alright, gonna get Ariel back in here because she's probably gonna be the best counter to their Flan thing. Yeah, Ariel's gonna be dead after this fight. Alright, so she's gonna go try to get freaky with his dragon again. 75% chance to just die, though. Oh, Mr. Man, no. No. No, you're good on cookies. We're not doing all that. Alright, so at this point, his situation should be stable. He can just out-heal. Don't be dead, please. Oh, crap. Yeah, we're gonna have to be replacing a lot of people after this. Okay, sorry, I was a little bit confused staring at this thing, trying to figure out what its weaknesses are exactly. Alright, we got the root. Actually, wait, he can't out-heal this thing. Yeah, those things are just downright nasty. Like, this is probably when I should point out again that, yeah, as far as the difficulty goes, I wouldn't imagine this would be normally this high. Alright. Gonna have her move so she gets her heal too. She's up to 2 injuries. Oof. Although she got restored out of her injuries, so I wonder... Still kind of weirded out by the butthole dragons. There we are. That's hilarious looking. But yeah, thankfully, whenever they get KO'd, they're only knocked out after the fight, so that, like, you can still bring them back. Okay, yeah, I think we mostly got this managed. I'm gonna go ahead and stick a Noxious over on them. That'll get the resistance down, which should cause most of these guys to get wiped out. I feel like Mass Thorns would have been really useful earlier on, but I haven't really gotten the chance to use it. Whoa! Hang on. And there we go, that'll do it. Yeah, she's definitely the MVP for this one. Oof. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's 2 deaths out of that. Let's go see what the event says, though. Oh my goodness. Okay, and back. So you see, the funny bone isn't actually a bone at all, but it's attached to the humerus. Har har. Isn't this a little bit too, like, few hundred years too early for that? I don't know, dude seems pretty okay so far. Also, wow. That's the, That's the what the hell did I just say on expression. uh, like that was not a chair. Also, sorry that it keeps skipping over stuff. That's the controller turning on and off. Rude. Rude. I mean, he is technically a doctor. I'm curious to find out what the beef there is. Is it going to turn out that his wife or something was his first patient and he turned her into a zombie and then they got married and it was like that one guy that traveled around the US with a friggin' corpse? That's a thing that happened. Let's see. Okay. Did he redeem himself? What'd he do? Yep, 100% guarantee he zombified his wife. Fairly certain. Alright, I think I understand how this injury system's working, looking at it now. So, in fact, let's see. Hang on, let me find the sorting options again. just do a reverse order then. Alright, that works. That works. So, basically the way that this is looking here is that if they, whatever amount of injuries they take over the course of a fight, they still only take 1 for the purposes of their death counter. So you can revive them a bunch of times. So for example, technically speaking, Aracel got revived twice and died 3 times. And she was going into that thing with 2 injuries, so she's up to 4. Or either she was up to 3 or something, I don't know, something like that. Meanwhile, now that wouldn't make sense for Ariel though, because then she died several times. I don't know. I'm sure there's some more to this that I'm missing. But either way, that's 2 dead now, unfortunately. Alright, and back. Yeah, we're having a little bit of a day in the background there. But every now and then, my daughter's getting mad at my son there. We're trying to... basically, it's an overcast day. It's how they usually go, that we just don't exactly want to share our toys and things like that, so that's always fun. Alright. There we go, get some more peddler stuff for him. Yeah, Charm Trap, yes, because that thing's one of my favorite things in TO, or at least in One Vision. Alright, this guy's probably a couple fights away from mastering Templar. Alright, time to get a new Gambler, though. Okay, and back. So, yeah, I understood it the same way. But it doesn't quite seem to be doing it that way, unless I'm miscounting something. So I don't know. But we do need to get a new Gambler here. So, if anybody's got any suggestions for who to model the Gambler after, do let me know. I'm gonna randomize for the time being. Oh man, how do you even explain this situation? It's the spring break version of Ghost Rider. It's some good coffee that I'm not drinking properly. Alright, let's see. That could work. Actually, wait, it was Ariel that died, so... who else from KOL would work for that? Should we just make Eleanor or something? Actually, no, it's flat damage that affects everything. We gotta make Snake for this. Okay, I can't tell the hairstyle here. Headwear, we gotta have the bandana. Or nothing, I guess. Yeah, I almost want to say this hair actually works the best for this. There's barely a difference between these two. We're gonna go with this. They don't have a mullet. And we'll go Tuck Snake for this one. Do they have... Yeah, this one's super Japanese-ish looking, but I guess that'll work. It's the most formal looking of the bunch. There we go. It's not Snake, it's Iroquois Pliskin. There we go. Now we'll just spend all of our friggin' money to go max him out. Actually, we'll just leave him at... yeah, let's say we'll leave him at 14. That's fine. Unless there's any other outfits that would look a little bit more fitting for this. So I was tempted to go Naked Snake for it, but... then again, this one has all the tactical pockets. Do they have one that looks like the Peace Walker armor? I mean, this one kinda does, but the rest of it looks a little... I don't know. That one's a little close. Yeah, I mean, I guess it looks a little bit like it. Arguably, this one does, too. Like, it's not super close, but... yeah, I feel like this would probably do the job a bit better. And we just need some woodland camo. That'll... you know, whatever, that'll work good enough. Yeah, eye color for those closed eyes. Oh, they do have different faces. Okay, I didn't even realize that. Man, I'm dumb. Okay. I'll say this kind of stoic-looking one. Eye color, I can't really tell anyway, and this is on a relatively large screen. Somewhat tanned. You know what? That'll work. Hello there, Mr. Cow. Do you want a character in this? So far, we're down Evan and we're down Ariel from Night of Lotus. So, see, I wish that it I kind of wish that it auto-sorted. So we gotta kind of redo it that way. Yeah, I definitely want to get Blessed one on everyone. And for a lot of these advanced classes, the fact that you can just get it off the bat is pretty good. So yeah, just like right off the bat, if you get a higher level class, you automatically get all like some basic basic heals. You get your basic spells. You get defend and protect. You also get the Warcrafts, which are actually pretty useful so far. Plus thorns. So overall, solid. So yeah, dead. So he's just going to inherit all her stuff. It wasn't the best in the world, but, you know, it did the job. And she was relatively fast. Alright, let's see here. We got 1 extra movement speed, 2 jump. Might actually just go for that. So these are 4 jump. Actually, wait a minute. I can make both, I think. Make some Impalas, make some Wayfarers. Good. And then 1 more for extra movement speed, just because accessories are expensive. Now, if I were to replace one of them with these, for example, how would that do? We'll get rid of our negative 50 issues there, would improve our everything. Yeah, there we go. And if we replace these with the Impala boots, suddenly this guy can jump 12 tiles. Oh, man. I love that you can stack accessories with no limit. Let's not even kid here. It's totally OP, but oh well. It's fun. I mean, you could do the same thing in A2. It's just fun. Pliskin the Snake alter ego? Exactly. Not even joking. In XCOM 2, one of the characters there, I actually have Iroquois Pliskin as one of my saved characters. Alright, I'm gonna go back here and do a rando battle in Gelly real quick. 1 for money, 2 for the fact that we can actually reach one of the items there now. But let's go ahead and equip the newbies. Yeah, let's give him a better one of those. Yeah, whatever, that's worth the cost for now. Traveler is fun. Oh, by the way, guess what? So, if time cooperates this evening, or not this evening, but this afternoon, I was hoping to start the TO level 1 run. For anyone that are interested in that one. Actually, let's take a vote. Do you want to see this continue on for later today? Like, are we just going, like, blitzing all the way straight through this? Or do we also want to start the level 1 run today? Alright, I'm going to get her in there so that we can get better recruits. Let's stick Smelter Blue. This is mostly going to be a showcase of our new guys. And actually, Raynor hasn't been out in a while. Keep on Fell Seals your vote? Alright, fair enough, fair enough. But yeah, the level 1 run, I finally have it boiled down far enough that I think it can be done in a reasonable amount of time. Oh, uh-oh. These guys leveled up. Oh, poo. Alright, I just noticed he doesn't have his spear on him. He's blind. Good enough. Yeah, he doesn't have his spear because I equipped the boar spear in the store, and then forgot to equip him with something else afterwards. See, by the way, Monster Hunter World is coming to PS Plus free games thing. Oh? Might actually have to sign back up for a month. Okay, I'm liking the gadgets here already. There we go. Alright, solid start. Not seeing gun hookers, so we should be a bit better off this time, I think. Stole my rock. Dang it! Stop throwing rocks at me! Alright, they failed their bleed, but they got the blind. Okay, that is a lot of turns in one go. Is there any useful knocking anybody into anybody? Not really. Let's just throw a rock for now. Okay, that's pretty good. Not amazing, and that kind of sucks, but alright. Special versus resistance. Okay, so this seems to... Interesting. Yeah, definitely a weird one to try and land. Oh, he's blind, that's why. Huh. Alright, that could work. What's up? My yogurt? Yeah, that could work. I can get you some yogurt. Okay, sounds good. Hang on one sec. Alright, so I think what we need is mass shield here. Not perfect, but it should help at least a decent bit. Especially because of the way that they're positioning themselves all over the dang place here. I'm actually not sure... Yeah, if we do this right, this should be really handy. Now the question is, will the AI know to get out of the way here? Yeah, I think they might actually know to get out of the way. Or maybe not. Yeah, it's hard to say for sure. Even his basic attack is pretty alright. And unfortunately, they got their steal off there. Alright, so we get her back. Can we finish off anybody here? Oh, you suck. There, now stop stealing our crap. Jeez. Need a chance to heal, and I can't even do that. Okay, 65 from here. How bad is it hurt from here? 98. Yeah, she can do almost 100 with a shield bash at this point. You suck. And she's down again. Okay, so that's 2 injuries for Sistina. We're just going to use her as kind of a test here. Right. There's so many different counter abilities. Oh, nice. Interesting. Okay, arterial cut apparently works with crossbows. I didn't know that one. Alright, so 1 on you. Let's see, he gets a small heal himself. So we'll go ahead and go over here, have him go jump up and get that item as soon as he can. Arterial cut should finish this guy off, I think. Or at least get him close to it. Yeah, why wait? One more down, so I think we've got this under control, minus the injuries. least it wasn't their good item user that time. He might be dead. Alright, don't think we can finish him off in time. Can potentially disable him. Yeah, just getting blind. Oh, piss off! No, come on! I hate that reaction ability so much. Well, they set themselves up for a forceful here anyway. Yeah, that is... oof. I kind of... like, I wish that it had maybe some less stuff going for it. But man... that ability's annoying. It, like, it seems to be that it doesn't last very long, but man... not ideal. Not ideal. Okay. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, that'll work. I was thinking to do steal item because they're about to start reviving. Oh my goodness. Why does he hit so hard? Wondering if it's actually just... ow. And we can't even do the thing we came here for now. What a prick. Alright, let's just do that. Or that. That works just fine. Can you steal their revive items, please? Yeah, if I can steal some Phoenix Ashes, then we're back in business, but... right now, we're kind of in a rough spot. Of course. Yeah, there he goes. Let's take the guaranteed hit. Pass off. And I know they have at least one more, so I'm going to keep going for the steal here. Nothing to steal. What the hell do you mean, nothing to steal? They had two of them last time. Maybe they have a random amount or something. Oh my goodness. Oh, come on now. See, if you lose a random battle, is it game over, or does everyone take an extra injury? No, it's game over if you do that. It's happened before. I mean, we've had a couple game overs before. It's like, when I say permadeath, it's basically just we're using the permadeath difficulty setting, so it's not an Iron Man run, so we're not going and, you know, completely avoiding reloads or anything like that. But yeah. And of course he gets his movement buff out of that. Yeah, thankfully, Precise Strike can't miss. So that's getting past all that. We're basically avoiding all the bleed and poison and everything by means of the move HP up thing. Yeah, these guys are still happily throwing out healing items despite having none to steal. Explain. That's the whole point of that ability. Excellent. That was an Iron Man. Haven't seen you lose a random fight. No, we actually lost one here before. Like, this particular map is pretty nasty. Which is funny, because it's the starting map. It's where all your rookie characters were patrolling at the very beginning of the game. But yeah, so... main thing here is just they come with so many abilities to screw you over. Like, Blind will get you real good. They've got a lot of weird counters. They've got just tons and tons of debuffs flying around. Hoping for this crit build to actually no, he's not the crit one, is he? And there he goes. Oh, they're not using items, they're using heal. Okay, that's what it was. But yeah, they come with a pretty decent ton of, they're just nasty combos. Gonna adjust levels during a random fight, I think. Each of the maps has a certain group of levels that they're supposed to have. So I know we technically out-leveled this one by a decent bit, so I'm not really sure. It probably does just auto-scale after a while. Oh, dude. Okay, no, that's fine. That one's fine. For a second there, I thought they hit us with something a bit worse. Like this kind of stuff, like counter root. A lot of the times they come with blindness knives, so every ability that does hit, they're just going and screwing you over further. Dirty hit here, which thankfully didn't proc blind that time. He's almost dead. He's gonna go for the heal. I'm probably just gonna go for the stab and run here. It's probably the best way to do it. Yeah, precise won't hit. Or won't be enough, rather. Defensive hit will do the job. Yeah, it feels like Oh, right, because defensive hit scales off defense, so it's unaffected by attack down. That makes sense. It's just, yeah, nasty, nasty combos. I love it. In many ways, it's making me think of FFT 1.3, actually. What do you guys think? Don't go into the alleyway. Oh, you dick. Okay. Like, seriously, this combo right here, you know that they meant it to be nasty. Because just you try to hit the guy to deal with all his healing. But you can't quite do that because he's leaving you stuck in place. Stay away from 1.3, I like my blood pressure low. Yeah, well, I just mean the general mentality, though. Like, for example, like FFTA, well, I guess A2 kind of had a little bit of it. And, of course, he dodges the 92%. Why wouldn't he? But no, it's like, just the whole thing that you can tell that they playtested it enough to the point that they know what'll screw you at that point. Just try out Stunning Strike real quick here. Yeah, it's just meant as a delay move. Okay, so it won't really help in this case because they're both just moving. Oh, come on. He dodges 292% in a row. That's just not nice. Hang on, one quick sec here. Oh, man. So you surprised she got MVP so sarcastically? Right? Man, plenty of injuries all over the place. Okay, so we got the injury counter here. So we got 1 on Pliskin, he was never brought back. We got 2 on Sistina, she was brought back. And then we got 1 on Smelter Blue, and 1 on Raynor. So let's look at the counters here. So Sistina shows 2. Raynor shows 3. I mean, yeah, I guess it is probably shown there. Pliskin shows 1. Yeah. So I wonder what happened there. Maybe I was just miscounting something. That's probably what happened. Man, this virus stuff is... I just found out my wife got moved to an entirely different location, just out of the blue, to try to better accommodate for all the stuff that's going on here. But even in the middle of all this other crap, there's still office politics going on. Let's see, deals extra damage with full HP. Yeah, that ain't gonna happen. Alright, mass barrier sounds really good. See, this is the one that I want right here, the random damage. What's all gone?
It's still gone.
What's all gone?
It's gone.
What is?
No, no.
What's gone, though? What's missing?
It's supposed to get on.
You can't wear that roller skate. That's for Sky.
Yes.
Yeah, it's for your toy. Got these little roller skates for one of her stuffed animals. Yeah, smart casting. Should have gotten that earlier. So far, I haven't really seen much of a use for Chivalrous Spirit. That feels like after you've already beaten a fight and you kind of you're getting into that second phase. Feels like when it'd be best done. Alright. Alright, I'm just gonna go Templar on him. Yes, it's a pretty vanilla setup that I'm going with here. Oh, and I totally forgot about this lightning sword he got. Sweet. Alright. Let's see. Lightning bolt hammered into the shape of a sword. Man, that is metal as hell. How much better is that? Surprisingly, it's 20. It's 20 plus plus some lightning stats. So yeah, not bad at all. I really like this this whole theme. Alright, I'm gonna go over to Peddler with her. Because, who was it? Matsuno was one of those, and he also got a really high crit rate. So, figure like if we combine critical expertise with no weakness, she should more or less have 100% a crit at that point. nobody died from that fight, at least. We're gonna try one more. We're gonna try one more in that area. Because, yeah, I'd really like to go figure out what's hiding in that box. And we've got Gun Hooker, that's no good. Gun Hooker, Blindness Knives, all the fun crap. I'm gonna bring Kyrie in here, because, you know, bring an actual healer this time. Smelter Blue is about to level up, so we'll bring him along. Yates would be pretty good, because of the whole necromancy thing. Would be good to have Sistina in here, because Mass Regen, and then Pliskin. Who I need to remember to actually arm this time. There we go. Anyway, so, back on the discussion of 1.3 for a minute there. So for anyone who hasn't played 1.3, it's basically this mod for FFT that just gets absolutely crazy with the kinds of difficulty that can be done there. It's basically the AI will come in with reasonably optimized teams and everything. If you're playing the normal version, it'll be absolutely ridiculous, like to the point where they'll legit just have pretty much counters for everything. It's kind of fascinating. Like in most cases, it'll be like that last fight, where you're maybe getting down to your last people. Like you're left with one person standing in your best case scenario. Man, that thing's got some range on it. Holy crap. Well, that's good to know. Now, I will say there is a easier version, like a 1.3 easy mode. It's still not even remotely easy, but it's a bit more doable. That's one that I've played around with a decent bit myself. Nice little challenge. Definitely a little bit less devious, and there's actually more of a learning curve. Like, you aren't completely outmatched right from the get-go. I'm still very unclear on what Falcon Flourish does, and in fact, before I forget, let me actually check that. Does it tell me? No. Let's go for the stab. Go ahead and give him one evade. I'm just going to call it by TO terms, because it's basically just evade. Alright, so barrier will take that one. They don't really have any magic attackers, so I'm not sure why they'd go for that unless they're specifically trying to get rid of evade on him. Really wouldn't put it past this game, actually. The AI does seem to know that stuff. Were you doing this level last time when you stopped? Did you not steal the treasure chest? Yes, I'm actually back to it a second time because we almost got party wiped. It was pretty brutal. But, yeah. Work in progress on that one. Let's go put thorns on these guys, give them a little bit of counters. Because, yeah, even the random encounters are pretty brutal by this point. But we got a Necromancer, so basically as soon as one of them dies, I really should have just brought this guy around last time. Or, I guess, Anatomist, but whatever. So, Necromancer guy, as soon as one of them dies, it can be brought back as a zombie. Go ahead and remedy that Berserk, though. Alright, so now we've got a Knife Gunner, basically. They just really, really don't like Sistina for some reason. See, they're all fast, they got all their debuffs, they got all these weird counters. Why is the ghetto so brutal, man? Just let me get to that box. They're gonna get blind and bleed on the same attack. Oh. Dude. I think it's because I brought Kyrie along. And it's just scaling everything up to her. Alright, so he's blinded. He's not really going to be doing much good here anyway. I'm just going to go run up and get that chest with him. Like I was trying to do last time. Alright, just stick barriers on these two. Yeah, healer's going pretty soon. Let's see, what can you do? Probably just do power strikes on everyone, get their attacks down. It's at least something. Yeah, so Seema's the only one that's really getting really wrecked. So yeah, that placement's fine. Their placement's pretty good for AoEs here, at least. Man, they really, really don't like her. Just really don't like her. But that being said, that's perfectly fine. As long as we've got some relative control over the situation, we're okay here. So that guy's going to be trapped in place. He won't be able to move. I'd assume they're going to keep one of their units on the left, kind of matching up that diagonal line. So we should be able to keep getting AoEs. If one keeps chasing him, that's fine. It doesn't look like they have any druids that they brought along this time around. See, I'm liking this random generation, though. Because it's something different every time. It's like last time there was that whole weird druid combo. This time they're going for a whole bunch of regen. Let's do debuffs, see if we can maybe get some, like, poison and root or something on this guy. Just sleep? Okay. Whatever, that'll do the job. 2 more turns to get to the box. More barriers. They've actually technically already got barriers up. Just some of these skills are missing. Because apparently barrier does not actually work on skills, but it does work on items. Okay, we're just going to do one for all. So that everyone can tag team here. Get all the debuffs off this dude. Alright. Go for the stick, she should go for the stab. Sounds good. Yeah, I think all of them have HP up or HP leech, or whatever that ability's called. It doesn't matter if he's blind. Finish him! And there we go. Now we can bring in the zombies. And see, on the difficulty I chose, you can choose if you want to fight low-level enemies or high-level enemies in scouting missions. Huh. Okay, I did not know that. So, basically, the rest of this should be on default with exception to just doing the permadeath difficulty, which is just basically a different mode. It's not necessarily a harder difficulty, so... I'm just gonna see if it gives any good buffs by chance. Resistance? Okay, that works. I'll check. I'll check in a little bit here. Now, does this work with a ranged attack? Okay, thorns. Nice! Okay. Also, apparently barrier does not work for counterattacks, so it's not exactly evade. Yeah, evade was a decent bit stronger. Defensive hit, that'll take off most of him. I can just go ahead and do dark. Get that one gone. He's blind, so this might miss. No, it's good. I appreciate that it's actually using the kind of hand animation from Night of Lotus. Is it actually? I don't know. I don't actually have anything to back that up aside from the fact that it's a dark thing, a necromancer's using it and a hand is coming out, but could be wrong on that. See, I've pretty safely won this. Might not even need the zombies. Oh, lady, you are... Oh. Okay, no, wait, that's just cripple. Okay. Cripple doesn't prevent you from opening a box. Also, no, I don't know how he fired all those thorns that far. It's fine. See if we can take their restoring items by chance. Okay, what is in this godforsaken... Seriously? We took like 6 injuries and several days to get some distilled water? Oh man, that's just beautiful. I'm not even mad. The prize was suck. Okay, let's just do defensive on this guy. Yeah, Kyria here with her mega tank build. I'm pretty sure she's nigh invincible right now. Like, it takes a while to get there, but man oh man, is this a strong build. Just outlasts everything. So yeah, these guys can't be revived anymore because they're coming back as zombies. Give you the poison. Not gonna lie, that's the story of my pandemic too. Oh dang it, come on! Gun hooker, what's wrong with you? Stop doing drive-bys on my wizards. Friggin' dang it. I think tank wizards are gonna be something to go for. Man oh man, do they get killed off easily in this one. And yeah, we'll do a proper story fight after this. We still can't seemingly get into that water, for whatever reason. So wait a minute, how the hell did she get hit? She had barrier on. Next offensive status effect placed on them, but she's taking debuffs, she's taking regular hits, so what does it do? I'm confused. Anyway, might as well do that, I guess. Have her go Crippletron her way over here. use our upgraded super rocks to just guaranteed 40 damage here. Does kind of occasionally have that board game feeling to it. Like basically where you're getting guaranteed effects that maybe shouldn't be quite so guaranteed if you think about it, but oh well. Alright, got that there. Let's move you here. There should be no way that they can snipe her. And the only reason I'm reanimating all their dudes is so that they can't bring them back as zombies, or they can't bring them back to life. Alright, Defense Plus and Fleetfoot. That's actually the one I was going for. Perfect. And if you're wondering why exactly she's getting wrecked so hard, obviously she's like 7 levels lower than everybody else. Probably should have brought her in at a higher level, but all the same, if anybody has any characters they'd like to see remade in this, go ahead and share, because it's looking likelier and likelier that we're going to need another caster soon. It's like, so far, our healer is doing well beyond amazing. Our frontliners are doing okay. Not perfect by any means, but they're alright. I mean, if we can turn anybody into a zombie-generating machine, like Yates over there, that'd be pretty neat. Because I got a feeling he's probably going to get story dead. Right. And they're bleeding from their playing cards. Goody goody. Wait a minute. Wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute. So we're supposed to not know what that thing was? Procowster, you got it. So yeah, we're supposed to not know what that siphoning device was, except apparently it's just something that the paladins can do. Then again, you know what? Well, actually, it would have made... Yeah, no, it definitely would have made more sense if they absolutely knew what it was, and they just looked over at whatever paladin you had in the party. They're like, yeah, what is this thing? You clearly know what it is. I guess the hope there is that you maybe haven't encountered that yet. Because to be fair, I'm pretty sure most parties wouldn't be doing this many extra fights to actually get all those extra levels. Just because they probably would be still going on with the main story and learning all the mechanics, because there's still tutorials and stuff going on. I'm a little bit disappointed you haven't made Lord Hector. True, true. Okay, yeah, we totally got to do that. Also, over here you can see a very accurate reenactment of Resident Evil 3, whose remake is looking awesome, by the way. Holy crap. Have you guys seen that one? Like, hot dang, that game is looking fantastic. Granted, I won't actually be buying it just like 2, because, well, truth be told, it's going to cost more money than I feel like throwing at it, but still, it looks really good. Probably going to end up watching it. So yeah, we do need a couple new people, so we'll go ahead and hire a couple new people. Alright, so, first things first, let's make Mr. Cowman. You know what? I think this accidentally rolled the perfect one right away. got a little cat on the head. Got like some Monster Hunter looking armor plus a scarf. Let's see. The color has to be black and white though. How can we make that happen? This is pretty close. Let's see if any of the other ones look any better. There we go, get the snazzy knight outfit. We got anything more cow-y? Yeah, we already got a wolf head. Yeah, I think this this kind of cat on the head works. I'm just gonna assume that's a cat. Yeah, it needs to be more cat colored, like right there. There we go. That looks like you just got a cat sitting on your head. The mustache is obligatory. There we go. Lord Cow the 17th. I think that's technically correct, right? There we go. Perfect. Let's go ahead and make at least like 12 here. Finish! Oh my god, the expression on this lady's face, like, what am I even doing here? Alright. I don't know why I'm randomizing, we already know who we're going for here. Now, is that sound coming through by chance? Alright, we gotta go basic armor. Gotta go for the kind of orange one here, because it's orange yellowish, because it's all Galgastani. Let's see. Hair color is... Their hairstyle is frankly unknown, but whatever. Basic helmet. Where's the one with a feather on it on the tip? There we go. Looks about right. Feel like random tiny griffins and the character generator alone are convincing me to buy this game. It's pretty dang good. Not to mention the DLC is apparently adding a hell of a lot more to it too. Like, I'm having way more fun than I should with all this. Alright, we're gonna make Hector look like this majestic bastard right here. Is it a perfect fit? Not really. Oh man, we could totally remake Lands with this guy! That's seriously close enough to Lands to count, and this guy is really close to other lands, actually. Oh, we gotta do that before the day's done here. This guy looks like, what's his face, Liquid Snake. Oh man, but if Hector was this guy, he could have a little pet gopher, and that's amazing. Yeah, no, Hector gets a pet gopher. That's the new canon. Alright, alright, he can't be a merc, he has to be a knight. Especially because knights are looking pretty darn snazzy hereabouts. Oh, random curiosity, actually. Is there somebody that looks like Ozma? Oh, and I also recruited that guy at level 1. Crap. Well, whatever. We'll make it work. Anywho, I can't really afford to hire too many. But yeah, if we end up making, like, Saria, we could go for that. Honestly, if we went for Oceana, I'd probably go for this instead of one of the ones with the horns. That looks pretty close. If we were going for Shreks, you know, we got Lady Shrek here. Actually, I guess that one would be more like Surya, wouldn't it? But yeah, Ozma. Where would there be an Ozma here? Oh, I need to change air cell to this one. Holy crap, that looks... Yeah, that looks almost exactly like it's supposed to be her, actually. Huh, very tall head. In fact, actually, that looks more like an Ozma now that I think about it. Who else we got here? Yeah, anime Ozma right there. I'm not even sure if there is one. Like, maybe this one was kind of seeming like it, but they gotta be, like, redhead and kind of sadistic looking. This is seriously the closest, I think. In fact, yeah, with all that grin going on and everything else, yeah, we're gonna change the portrait. There we go. Or did I not change the portrait? Yes, it looks a little bit happier than they're supposed to be, but oh well. I mean, you can have fashion souls, now we've got fashion seals. Alright, let's go get them gear. Let's go get that gear. Steel helm, steel armor. Gotta say, that this is something that'll probably bug some folks here. Which is like full steel plate and then a robe over here. Like cotton robes at the time would have been relatively easy to produce. Meanwhile, armor would be the equivalent of a friggin' Lamborghini nowadays. It's like, oh, it's exactly half the cost. No, that's not how that works at all. Okay, we're just gonna go ahead and give this guy double gaunts. Alright, Lord Cow. What are you again? You're Sledgeman. Okay, we'll give you a longsword there. Can we afford a gaunt? Okay, I know we've got a better sword laying around, so we're just going to give you one gaunt. Yeah, we can't even afford a demigaunt. Whatever, we'll make it work. I swear we'll get to actual game at some point. Yeah, well, we got fancy boots for you anyway. So if we do that, we get some decent movement on you. Really all you need is a weapon here. Sure we can sell something to make that happen? Or not really? Sell the longbow, sell some linen bow. I mean, I guess we're in this anyway. Yeah, we might as well just go maul or sledge. Alright, let's go ahead and get on with this story then. Banyan span. Yeah, definitely feeling like getting and reviewing the DLC when it comes out. Is this guy spazzing over here? No, they've got a gun hooker. Hey, look at that! We got a tropical griffin parrot thing. Has it always been this bad? He says, living here. Pilgrimage has made things worse. Arbors have been stretched thin, dealing with the chaos in the Mark's wake. See, look, they're going through coronavirus too. It's just a little bit more, you know, physically embodied. By the way, has anybody else's cops just basically thrown their hands up in the air and said, screw it, we're not dealing with small stuff anymore? Because I kid you not, they officially announced that. And they did, and the day they did, some people just came and just like walked out of the store with stuff. So yeah. See if Pilgrim is clear, you'll be in a position to do something about it. Yeah, let's smile while there's people pointing guns, okay. Huh, okay. Dude, just take. Honestly, we should have just left, but okay. I mean, do we really want to fight in somebody's treehouse? Alright, so just a defeat leader here. So we'll get Felicia in here. Definitely one of our MVPs at the moment. Yates, because I think we'll need backup. Get... might be too dangerous for Sistina here. Pliskin seems like a solid choice. And... actually, let's do Diebold instead. He's got his fancy sword here. Give Matsuno another chance to redeem himself. And we should be alright. But yeah, tropical griff birds. I like the way that they assign those cards, by the way. Because basically the red ones are the beneficial ones, the black ones are the damaging ones. Some levels going on. We're just gonna leave him there. Mass Renew seems like a pretty solid choice right now. I guess we can only do Mass Thorns. That's fine. Do thorns on all the casters. At least do a little bit of backfire here. I wonder if you can stack thorns by chance. So this guy's got attack up. This one's a standard merc, and we got a Reaper Gambler. We're gonna go ahead and get rid of the Gambler first. Man, I really hope this... I hope our old dog's medicine here starts working pretty soon. Because he's been on it for a couple months now, and seriously doesn't seem to be getting any better. Do the heal 1. Alright, didn't get berserked. I think our Necromancer almost just died. Let's put this one into kill range. Okay, that didn't go great. At least we know you can get your experience first. Alright, so Armor Wizard will protect him. I think Yates might be about to bite it, but hopefully he gets a chance to move first. In fact, actually, better approach here might be just to play tanky. So move over here, throw out a protect. Hopefully they end up moving backwards. Alright, Mr. Vale. Good luck with editing. Evan's in charge while you're gone? Okay, I'll let him know. Currently he's still kind of shambling about the base everywhere. The one that I need is a hit can get taken out by it, so we'll just do that. Because they're the ones throwing out 100 plus damage over there. Smack off with your cane. Fair enough, fair enough. Oh, for crap's sake. This is exactly like A2, except they actually get the chance to revive, and I love that system. Oh, beautiful. For anyone wondering what the hell just happened there, he tried to use a randomized heal on himself, and it backfired and killed him instead. See, you live and I'm in my PC. What's the news on XDiv? Oh, Uh, the XDiv run is kind of just whenever it happens at this point. Truth be told, like all of Phase 4 has been kind of just a slog. The last episode, like I think I have 3 more episodes on YouTube there that haven't been uploaded yet. Rather that haven't been published yet. I just really haven't felt like streaming it much for a decent bit here, because seriously, it's just been it's like, oh well, I guess we'll grind for a few bits, and then suddenly, you know, everybody gets wiped by a random grenade flying straight through a wall or something, and then we just got to redo it again, and then we rebuild everything again, and then more stuff gets built, and it's just a slog. I don't know. I feel like the momentum of like all that was fun about XDiv got shot in the nuts the moment that Phase 4 started. Like, while part of it is the fact that that I ended up missing 2 research things that I wasn't, you know, that I ended up missing there due to, well, the fact that there were 2 things that looked nearly identical, and apparently one of them was very necessary in order to actually complete the game. Like, it's just the whole thing of rebuilding an entire party so that they can essentially fight the 2 organic types of teams, so that they can eventually build up and be able to go fight the robots, and then capture the one at the very end without it blowing up in one manner or another, which is frustrating, because in Phase 4, everything blows up and just, like, takes half the map with it. So, like, so far I've had enemy teams blow up on top of it, I've had just random generators, like, they just refuse to not stand next to something explosive at the very end there. Had a bunch of situations where they just won't die to like anything but a flamethrower, or, you know, like point blank with a minigun doesn't do it. So I gotta do that for several turns and basically sacrifice units to pull it off. Like, it's been a slog, frankly. So it'll happen when it happens. I just really haven't been feeling it lately. Because I don't feel like it's the actual strategy. It doesn't feel like there's actually strategy happening. It's just like, you play it until it kicks you in the dick, or decides to give you some research. And that's kind of all it boils down to at this point. So, eventually. Like, make no mistake, I do intend to finish it, just when I feel like it. Does this get rid of... No, it doesn't get rid of bind. Okay. Let's do remedy then. But yeah, so yeah, as far as XDiv goes, what have you guys thought of how that run ended up going by this point? Like, what's your take on it? That whole situation. The armor thing, I know that. I'm in the Matthias dude, so too frustrating to be worth it, and going back some 20 hours worth of saves to circumvent the stall wall. It's like, it's not even that. It's just, if you get to that point and you get into bad RNG sometimes, there's a lot of ways that it can go wrong. It's kind of the frustrating bit there. Also, is this guy just an evade magic? Okay. Good to know. I'll just do protect on him then. Excellent until the 4th wave. Yeah, I feel so. Obviously, they've finished developing it at this point, and I get what they were going for, but I feel like if they wanted to kind of close it on a positive note, because I'll be honest, even if the run ends, I don't feel like it would feel like a win at this point. Like, just no part of it feels like it's even fun, or I want to say challenging, but it's like, it's the wrong kind of challenging. It's the, you know, you just got shot by a rocket from off screen, and your team that you just spent several hours grinding up suddenly is dead. kind of situation. It's like, oh, you could have hid them behind the wall, and then they throw a grenade over the wall. Oh, you could have hid them behind this other thing, and then a grenade flies over that thing, because they can throw them across a football field. Like, I'm not saying the actual offensive part is unbalanced. I'm saying that there needed to be more opportunities to have different types of armor options. Like, for example, I know that they mentioned several times of wanting to have more specialized armor and just kind of never really getting around to it. So, for example, if they had one that was just chemical and fire resistance with a bravery bonus, and then nothing else made exclusively of fibers. Just a cheap new baseline option. And so basically the idea would be that it's just like the same gambazin you're getting off the lizards in bulk, which it doesn't make any sense that you're not going and reusing that stuff for anything other than building tanks for some reason. Because I will say, up to that point, it did a really, really good job of actually making everything seem logical. It seemed like there was, there were solid steps taken every step of the way. It felt like your group was actually trying to expand. And then at the end, a lot of it does feel pretty arbitrary. It's just, I don't know. Like, it feels bad to say because it sounds like I'm sitting here like, oh, it's too hard. I'm not saying it's really necessarily too hard. It just feels like once you get to a certain point, it doesn't feel like your group is being logical anymore. That was really what drew me to the mod. It's one of the things I loved about TO. It's one of the things that I really loved about XDiv. That whole feeling of like, oh, here's something that people would logically do in this situation, and then they just, they did it for quite a while. So it seemed really cool, and then, yeah. That took a really steep nosedive real fast. Because, okay, like, let's take a look at, like, Wars, or, for example, Wars as a example. It's like, as soon as it became clear, like, as soon as there was ever a situation where a small group was unable to go and handle certain problems, like a small elite group wasn't always the answer, they needed numbers, so they found cheap ways to, like, marginally improve a bunch of people in order to, have the numbers themselves be the force multiplier instead of, instead of individuals. So, instead of strong individuals, because, you can only rely on so many people to do so many things at one time. So, all well and good, except there's never... You see all around the game, for example, by Phase 4, they start giving everybody all these snazzy guns and everything, which, okay, you can go down there and you can collect them. That part is good. I really like the fact that you can do that, but at the same time... Wait, was there one more person? Yeah, there was. There's one right here. And in fact... I'm going to stick that right there, and have him face this way. But when they need to train up a bunch of rookies, there is no rookie equivalent of armor. There's only the basic, the basic no armor setup there. So, whenever you're training your new teams there's no real easier groups, so to speak. There kind of is, but there mostly isn't. Let's put it that way. So, what do I mean by that? Like, when... Sorry, I'm trying to think about two different things at one time. Like let's say your A team gets wiped, okay? So you want to rebuild your team. All well and good, except you're stuck in a position where you can't. You send them out in a group, so you'd think, okay, they can't have good armor. All of your armor options are dedicated exclusively to your best of the best people. And in many cases, it isn't even worth it. So, for example, if you wanted to build something in bulk, you'd think, okay, we're going to go for some of the cheaper, earlier ones. Except, not really, because all of those options are going to be barely less expensive than your absolute best ones. At that point, you're better off just waiting for another plane to come in. You just shoot down the UFO, collect its alloys, like, you just do the ones you get for free. And then, that's kind of just it. Like, you suddenly have your better one. Okay, all well and good. If it's still not up to snuff, you're just sitting there shooting down planes over and over, hoping they don't build a base. If they build a base, you send a bunch of people with shields and grenades, and okay, there's your free option to deal with that. It should be shields and grenades. Fine, but then you still gotta make them in bulk. You still gotta go make sure all your bases have them in bulk. Infused Edge plus Fire Burst, what the hell was that? War Mage? apparently that's what War Mage does. So I guess basically Blue Mage Cast Frenzy? Or Magic Frenzy? Interesting. Okay. Well, we'll deal with that as we'll deal with it. But yeah, so yeah, you're left with a bunch of units that can't really get experience because they're getting repeatedly one-shot by things. They can't upgrade their armor because they can't really get experience to the point where they stop panicking. So you're kind of just stuck in the mercy of RNG, like what happened with that one mission not too long ago. Everything went nearly perfectly, and more than half the team finally made it to the UFO. It was all seemingly working out. Then we get to the very end, and because one guy opens a door, and because technically speaking a door counts as an open tile, when somebody missed a grenade throw trying to hit somebody near that doorway, it counted the area behind the door as one of the areas that's allowable for a missed scatter. So they missed straight through a wall and blew up the entire team. And it's just like, okay, the armor is supposed to be there because the way that the defenses are set up in that game, or in that mod, everyone can take a few grenades. Like, they're meant to put them in a bleeding status, but not knock them out, because if they don't have armor, it's an insta-kill. They're just destroyed along with all their equipment. If they have armor, they can take a couple hits of that, and that's the way it's supposed to work. There's supposed to be explosions going off everywhere, and it's all bombastic, and it looks real cool, and up to that point, it works fantastically and feels great, and yeah. But then at that point, it's just like, okay, you don't have an armor that can withstand this. Even the earlier game armor that I had there, like the Predator suits and things like that, it can still very likely just roll an insta-kill straight through that. So they can't get leveled up, so they can't survive it, so they can't, they can't actually do the thing that they're trying to accomplish in the first place. So you're more or less trying to accomplish the impossible over and over. It just feels crappy, you know? And bear in mind, that is the easiest difficulty, too. So you can just imagine what people are... I've seen a bunch of people get to Phase 4 for the final, for the highest difficulty and things like that, and they experience the same thing. Because up to that point, everything's fine. But then they get to Phase 4, and it's just not fun anymore, and they burn out. And I've never seen a single run, even the mod devs that I've seen playing it, have run into that same problem where they just completely burn out as soon as they get to Phase 4. It just stops being fun, it just becomes a slog. I know they're going for that whole kind of war feeling, but because you have no way to actually effectively counter things if you run into a lot of different situations, you're just kind of stuck in a situation where there's no improvement to your baseline for a very long time. There stops being different routes. Like, up to that point, there were a lot of different routes that you could go to accomplish different things. Once you get to that point, it's just like, you need that armor somehow in order to make any meaningful progress. Either that or just rely on RNG, which is what I've been doing. Because I had zero idea that those two nearly identical units would have been, exactly what I was looking for. So, frustrating. We'll get there eventually. Just haven't been feeling it. Like, this is why I was looking at that TO lucked level 1 run. Because, yeah, doing that entire thing at level 1 and grinding an entire team of units up using exclusively cards to eventually base stats is more appealing than actually going and trying to complete XDiv right now. So yeah. Hopefully that makes sense. I apologize to anyone that's been watching it. I just really have not been feeling it lately. It isn't over, but I will begrudgingly finish it at some point. Man, the Swarm Age thing, I want it. Also, I think Thorns might actually do lower damage, or higher damage the lower your health is, because every time I've seen somebody knocked into crit, they've been doing pretty okay. Get out of here! He just rolled a 4% miss. Oh, come on. Alright, 96 and 85 in a row missed. We're getting that RNG now. Zombie, where are you going? Right, what? Right, come on, do it. I need him to do the revive, but for now I just want to at least get one of them out of the way. Now Felicia's gonna have to do the revive. Figuring Diebold probably. I was gonna airdrop revive him in here. It's Roger simple quality of life to ask the devs to change the color scheme of the Mist Andron. It's not just that. Because part of the reason that we actually haven't gotten it yet, because even after I became aware of it, there were, I think, like 6 other opportunities to get it, and each time they've gotten blown up in some manner or another. And/or it was just like a freakish everybody died situation. And one of the situations there was... okay, one of those times... Actually, no, that was civilians for that one, so yeah, one of those times, most of the team made it to the UFO again. Then they just all stormed out and curb stomped everybody because, you know, you can't really use much other than flamethrowers of what I have available to actually beat them. What else? But yeah, as far as the color change goes, I think they were limited in color palette. Like, I don't think they actually could go back and change them. I forget what the exact reasons were, because I know that actually came up before. That idea came up, rather. And it wound up being something they couldn't really do. Because apparently they thought about doing it, but each one can only have a certain number of variants, or something like that. So we've got this guy almost figured out on the right. I want to bring in Yates. Left side isn't cleared up yet. Ouch. Yeah, there goes Mitz. Oh, wow. I mean, he dodged it, but he was already dead. He just dodged it and passed out anyway. Alright, so this guy apparently can still use Rain of Arrows despite not having a bow. Good to know. They can just about do the revive. Actually, if they take 3 tiles of movement, they can throw 1 revive out in the back. And it still keeps his MP. So yeah, if we throw him back here, should be able to bring up a zombie to go deal with the bottom side. Nice. Yeah, exactly. He's throwing arrows. He just chucks a bunch of them in the air. Yeah, this dude's pretty brutal. So the other day I was just thinking, if this ever came out on Vita or something, I would have bought the hell out of it, and it turns out it kind of sort of did. As in, you can get it on PS4 and actually just do it that way. So I think I have a gift card that could potentially be used for that. I was considering it. But yeah, you can actually play your PS4 stuff through a Vita, if you happen to have both. Gotta say, though, I'm impressed by the fact that they threw a Magic Frenzy guy out this early. She's dead. Or not. Wow, she actually took that. Took it like a champ. Although realistically, definitely wanna item here. Just one of the few that's been relatively untouched, so kind of a good thing to have. And okay, Yeet's barely survived that. Sure, there's a Yeet joke in there somewhere. Oh, come on now with that crit. Although 28% crit chance, that was pretty likely to happen. Alright, so Zombie will just take care of her. Don't really need to worry about that. That situation's just dealt with. Okay, she's very close to dead. Alright, gonna go for Reanimate here for two reasons. For one, gives more stuff that can be done to that bottom part there. For another, I can actually just get Protect on Felicia here, so she should be fine with that. Should just make her completely immune to everything. Excuse me? Dick? Apparently I stand very corrected on that. Also, thankfully, Rain of Arrows decided to not count in this case. Whatever. I guess it must attack in a line or something. Good. Alright, so he and his team of zombies are gonna go this way. I really hope he doesn't get plot dead, because this is such a cool mechanic. It's like I never would have expected an ads character in a game like this. Alright, 72. Good. He's in pretty rough shape here. We're taking a pretty decent walloping too, but here's hoping he... Yeah, he's out. Oof. He just barely survived. Technically speaking, not technically speaking anything. I'm pretty sure Diebold's still taking an injury here. Now, what on earth does that stuff scale off of? And while I should realistically be going for other things, no, we're just ending the fight right now. Pretty sure nothing that anybody else drops will be terribly worth it. It's actually kind of odd that they forced you to end the turn there. Kinda would have thought that it would just end it on the spot. Okay. Major Sight Ingot, Clarity Band, Bandit Glove. I'm assuming that's probably going to be like a Dex booster or something like that. That's a lot of injuries. Yeah, Diebold took 2 of them. Think he might be dead. How about you teach us how that class works? Why not? This dude's dangerous as hell. See, okay, so I just want to point out, she thinks that she's over here playing Judge Dredd. I don't know if anyone ever played that. I think they had a SNES version, but I grew up with the Genesis version. But it's a thing where there's basically the option to arrest every single enemy in the game, and I'm pretty sure I wasn't the only one that was obsessively trying to do that. And it just made it so much more difficult than it needed to be. See, at this point, I don't know why they bother trying to get him into marching condition. What they should do is just get him like a bunch of zombies, just tie him up to those zombies, and just have him dragged along. Simple problem. Simple answer, rather. Interestingly afflicted. Okay, so he's their problem now. This is the Frenchest guy I've ever seen. Convenient. Deus Ex Cops. He just picked him up. There we go. Problem solved. So, bets on just how corrupt this guy might be. No, but seriously, I'm guaranteeing they're gonna say in just a minute, like, yeah, that was probably pretty suspicious. That they just happen to be right around the corner. They're guaranteed to be in cahoots. Pretty sure we'll run into them again later. Especially because they got a custom portrait and everything. Alright, let's see how bad the damage is. Alright. Alright, Diebold is almost dead. Matsuno's almost down. Aircell's almost down. Hot dang. We are in rough shape. Because just as a little friendly reminder, they're taking massive permanent debuffs every time this happens, too. Yeah, definitely defense expert for you. And I guess resilience, too. Right, half HP trap for sure. Alright, so he's Mastered Templar. So I think what we're going to do, we're actually going to change him over to a Ranger now if he can be one. Or he can be a Scoundrel. Okay, so he's going to be a Paladin Archer. Alright. Yeah, side effects for that healing sounds pretty dang good. In fact, if I can give her something other than a crossbow, that'd be pretty ideal. Seems like we can get her a staff, might as well do that. By the way, I'm very well aware that I'm probably not optimizing well at all here. The people's equipment is all behind and everything, but dang it, it's fun times. Heal staff. There we go, silver staff here. Go upgrade that stuff. Probably give this guy some gaunts. Wizard glove on you, and I know I've got some extras laying around, so I'm leaving some slots empty. This guy's fine, you're fine. Standard gun for you. Boar spear for you. Sounds good there. So instead of the jumpy boots, so what does Bandit's glove do? It does attack and speed. And crit rate. And evasion rate. Yeah, this one prevents Berserk. It also gives mind and resistance. Maybe not. Yeah, his evasion and speed would be fantastic with that, though. Let's see, upgrade armor. Seems like we got some extras of just about everything, so that's alright. Crafting-wise, what do we got here? See, throwing gloves allow to throw items one tile farther. +1 to usable item range. Okay, so basically a basic lobber. We got one thing that's almost an armor over here, so maybe we want to save some of that stuff. Okay, resistant shields. This thing looks a hell of a lot like the Fafnir from TO. Might just be pixels, but that's what it looks like to me. Alright, so what else is Age of Sight good for here? Okay, not seeing anything else that Age of Sight would be good for. Nothing for these. That could be useful, but not for now. I think I'm going to get one of these throwing gloves. And then can make one of these shields. I think water's been the scariest one so far. Stats are going to be the same, so it's only going to vary by element. But yeah, I think water's been the scariest one so far. Boone. Definitely want to get Boone. Okay, healing's increased. Or better area damage. I think just better healer. Because he's got area heal from the other class. Alright, we're gonna go for her unique class at this point. So Warcraft has been pretty good. I'm thinking Shiv is probably gonna be better. Alright, Sturdy Grip we can replace with Life Font. Health Expert, yeah, 25%. I'd figure No Flank is actually a bit more useful. Counter's fine. Heal Burst seems fantastic. Do that. Permanence. When the character successfully applies a buff or debuff, it will last one more turn than normal. Okay. Fair enough. Yeah, he's a little bit away from learning Life Font. So that'll be good there. So I think we'll go see what's going on in that next next town, do our little cutscene stuff, and then later on we'll continue on with whatever else happens. So Thesperos, is everybody a poet here? Thank you, Mayor, that will be introduced and will immediately disappear like the Cronus virus just showed up in town. So it was attacked by some very determined bandits just a few days ago. Sounds like it was the same group. Okay, so... fair enough. Well, I mean, yeah, they don't seem to be doing a great job, so... Let's see what the events say. We just warp into existence. Also, there's, what's his face from March of the Black Queen? Lizard guy. Yep, she totally got zombified. Guarantee it. Okay, fair enough. So they had presumably a wife at some point who died when they were out doing their job, presumably. That's depressing. Now, let's see if there's anything new at the store. Let's see, Crimson Scythe increases crit damage. That's just Dark Element. Eye Striker. Alright. Got a Bleed Sword. Silence Knife. Some Dark Resist on a Dagger. Decently powerful Hatchet. Ooh. Elemental Spears, okay. Interesting to see those this early. Wizard Mace could potentially be useful. Let's see, a Rapier that prevents blind. Right. Elemental specialization staffs, that's good. Alright, 3 guns, there are 3 classes that can use guns yet. I can't use any of them yet. Fires a volley of bolts with +1 accuracy. Okay, so it doesn't actually fire volley bolts, it's just slightly better accuracy. Gotcha. Let's see, armor-wise... Got some better standard armor that pretty much everybody's been using up to this point. Specialized robes. Gold armor for some reason. Not sure why they'd make that exactly, but okay. And there's a Bray and it doesn't even boost speed. I'm disappointed. Friggin', they have a poser hat. Alright, anyway, so, more to look into on that later. But for now, we're just going to go ahead and call it there. So, thank you guys for stopping by. I'll see you, if all goes well, in a few hours. Hopefully, nothing randomly comes up. But yeah. Oh! Wait a minute. Okay, no new overworld music there. Thought there was for a moment. Kinda wonder if there'll be any new stuff that pops up in the ocean at some point. Where do you know the game's probably ending right there? Who are we kidding? But yeah. Anyway, so I'll see you guys later. Have yourselves a good one, and yeah, take care. See you soon, hopefully.